Hey there, everybody. Tis I, Dave Murray, the big guy at Mayniax Branding, and I've been at this whole solopreneur, entrepreneur, business owner thing for a while now, and I feel like I have some things I can share with you, the people. Things that I've learned that at least apply to me, and I'd be willing to bet one or more of them apply to you as well, especially if you're looking into getting into this whole space with a whole business owner thing. So I figured I'd make a little video to help you out, to share those funky lessons. So here they are, 5 lessons I've learned from entrepreneurship. The first lesson that was hard for me, and I'm sure is hard for many of you because I've dealt with entrepreneurs who have trouble with this one, is you need to learn to let go and trust people. Trusting people can get sketchy. It can get scary. This is your baby. How are you going to put it in someone else's hands to take care of? You've been the person that's done the finances. You've been the person who built the brand. You're the person who's done all the marketing. You're the person who's done it all. You've worn all the hats. Here's the thing. Eventually, you can't do it anymore because you've been burning the midnight oil for a few years. And, oh geez, I need to bring on people, but holy crud, if I bring on the wrong people, they're going to blow it and my whole company is going to go kablooey. Eh, kablooey. That's a Looney Tunes word, I've decided. Yeah. The fact is, it's not going to go kablooey. If they blow it once, you try and help them out. You try and teach them, what happened or how they blew it. Show them a way to fix it, to do better next time. Or if they keep blowing it, you just go on to the next person. You've got to find people that you can trust to help you with your company, or you're not going to be able to build it. And I assume you kind of want to build it. So, yeah, first lesson, trust people. The second thing entrepreneurship has taught me is you can't do it all alone. Now, I know that kind of goes with the whole trust people thing, but you need to have people that know more than you do in a lot of areas. You're the operator, right? Most people that start a business start it because they really understand the nuts and bolts of how this particular segment works. So let's say you're into machining, you really understand everything there is to know about machining. So you're going to go out and you're going to start a business that deals with that. Problem is, you know about machining, but you don't know about financials. You might not know about marketing. You might not know about what it takes to grow a business. You just don't have that acumen. And it's not that you're dumb, nothing like that. It's just you don't have that knowledge. So you've got to bring in people, whether they're people that are going to be hired by you to work for you, like employees, 1099 contractors, whatever it is. You've got to bring in people who understand those other things, or you just hire outside vendors to take care of it for you. Because if you don't do that, you're going to be hosed, and it goes right back to the fact that you won't be able to build this company because there simply aren't enough hours in the day, unless you are somebody who really just has all that expertise. You can put in your 8-hour day and be good. Even then, I would say you don't want to do it alone. You want to find somebody that at least is an accountability partner so they can keep you on track to keep going for your goals. I have an accountability partner, and it helps me. It's why I've been trying to really progress in all my different things lately, is because I kind of am sick at going up to him and being like, "Hey man, yeah, I blew it this week. I just drank a lot of tea and sat down and watched some comedy specials because they're funny, and I did a lot of the work, but I didn't really do anything that was leading towards my goals. Anyway, you get the idea. You want somebody to at least be pushing you. You want people to be helping you so that you can grow this thing. So there you go. Lesson number 2, you can't do it all alone. Lesson number 3 kind of goes with lessons number 1 and 2, but I feel like they all need to be spelled out a little bit so you just don't miss them in one massive lesson that I could have put together. Lesson number three is you can't know everything. Now, this is something that I was kind of taught by my old business partner. We were sitting down working, and she looks at me, and this is the early days. We had a business called Good Stuff Studios before Mayniax branding. And she looked at me and she said, Dave, I think we should do some networking. I think we should join a networking group. And me, being the cocky individual that I was, still am, but not so much for this stuff, uh, I thought, and even said to her, nah, we're good. They'll find us. We are so good that people will just be able to find us and we're going to knock it out of the park. We'll be millionaires within a couple of years. That was, maybe I didn't say that, but I'm sure that's what was going on in my head. The fact is, it's a good thing that she eventually won out and said, no, no, we're doing some networking, because had I just stuck in my head, I might never have met anybody that could help the business along, that could help me do things that have to do with growing Mayniax branding. So, yeah, you can't know everything. And I guess another little addendum to this is you need to be discerning and you need to learn when you're kind of getting in your own way. You can't know everything, folks. That is lesson number three. And the fourth thing I've learned about being an entrepreneur is you have to learn how to take care of yourself. Most people that I know in this crazy entrepreneurship, solopreneurship, business ownership, there's a whole lot of ships there, game, really do it for the right reasons. They get involved. They want to figure out how to help other people. They figured out a way to solve a problem they have, or they really understand an industry and think they can help a lot more people through doing it their way. I mean, they really are in it for the right reasons. They want to help people. But what can get bad, what can hose you in the long run, is when you're trying to help them at the detriment of taking care of yourself, at the expense of taking care of yourself. Detriment? Does that work there? I don't know. Words are hard. So, anyway, you really need to look in the mirror and say, hey, look, the mission is helping these people, no doubt. But if I don't take care of myself, I'm not around to do things. I'm not financially set for me. I'm not healthy. You know, all those things. I eat like crap. I'm burning the midnight oil. I'm not getting any sleep. You're not going to be any good for them because you're no good for you. So you really need to learn how to take care of yourself. Maybe get up a little early. Go for I don't know, some kind of workout routine. Do something. Eat a few more vegetables. Definitely eat steak. I love steak. I don't know. I mean, studies have talked about steak, but you don't want to eat a lot of steak if you're also way into carbs. I mean, I'm already spouting off more than I know, and that was a little sidebar. Health. One of those fascinating things. The value of Mayniax branding. Good times. Anywho, you really need to take care of you. You need to take care of yourself on the health end. You need to take care of yourself on the financial end. Because, again, if you don't take care of yourself in those ways, you're not going to be able to take care of anybody else because, frankly, you're going to be hosed and bankrupt very quickly. Yeah, no good. And finally, the fifth thing, the fifth lesson that I have learned because of entrepreneurship is you really need to have a killer why. And when I say a killer why, you've got to have a story to back it up. You've got to really feel it in your bones that you need to be doing what you're trying to do. It's never a good idea to get into business and think that you're going to have it go for a long time if you just want to make money. And I only say that because it was something Steve Jobs said a while back. Obviously, it was a while ago. Because he said something along the lines of, if you're really not into it, if you're not insanely passionate about what you're doing, if you don't love what you're doing, any rational person would give up because it's so hard. So you need to have a killer why. And that'll be my next video that you see, is talking a little bit about the why. And you need to have a story that backs up that why. That's a big deal. You cannot make this stuff up either. You can't just say, well, that sounds good. Maybe I'll get people to come in and visit my store, or look at my website, or purchase my wares because I said this. No, no. You got to feel this thing in your bones. It's that important to have this. That's why it's the backbone of everything I talk about when it comes to branding. So that was lesson number 5 that I've learned from being an entrepreneur. And I've been your red glasses wearing host, Dave Murray, the big guy at Mayniax Branding, throughout this nutty video. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to like things, feel free to comment in the comments. Definitely, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit subscribe. Follow me everywhere else that you see this bad boy. And that's about it. That's about all I've got. So here we go, everybody. Here's the big money. Here's the big closer. Because we're in the time of the Rona. Stay safe, stay healthy, have fun, and as always, stay gutsy, gang.